All right, after Friday's sports wagering action, we are 3-0 in our last three crowd pleaser teasers on Probables.com. And if you want to access today's crowd pleaser teaser pick, the link for that play is in the description section below. Now, if you're not signed up on that website, or if you just have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the video. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal bets on BrockPage.com as well, and I have packages on that website beginning at just $1.99. Now, the purpose of these YouTube videos is to provide free informational sports betting content and also to generate interest in signing up for a membership on my website. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my webpage. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And then what I do on my website is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Sabres taking on the Blue Jackets. And that's going to be a 6 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Sunday. That is Sunday, February 20th, 2022. Now, Columbus is minus 160 with the total at 6 goals. Elvis Merzlikins for Columbus. He's the expected netminder. Meanwhile, Craig Anderson, he's possible for Buffalo. Not confirmed yet, but possible. But I'll tell you what, despite a handful of pretty good showings out of Anderson this year, the Sabres are allowing 37 shots on goal a game when traveling. And they've gotten the W in only 33% of their road games, so it really doesn't matter who they put between the pipes. If you're facing 37 shots, and a lot of them are quality chances, you're going to give up goals. So it's just way too many shots on goal. And I'll tell you this much, if poor defensive play wasn't bad enough, Buffalo's also in the bottom 10 in the league in scoring on average per contest. They're taking on a Columbus team who won 6 out of their last 8. And they also have a winning record this year at home. Now, Columbus, they actually do the majority of their scoring late in games. As a matter of fact, these guys are currently in the top 10 in the NHL in third period scoring. Boone Jenner has 20 goals on the year, along with 37 total points. Meanwhile, Patrick Laine has 16 goals and 15 assists himself. And when it comes to head-to-head meetings between these two clubs, Columbus is 6-2-2 in their last 10 contests against Buffalo. Now, injury-wise, Gerby, Robinson, and Texier are still out indefinitely. Korpisalo is questionable. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, on the other side of things, Quinn is still out indefinitely. Middlestat is questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, 6 out of Buffalo's last 10 meetings with Columbus got over the posted number. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. The Sabres are also 60% to the over in their last 10 contests this season. Meanwhile, Columbus on the other side, they've gone 80% to the over in their last 10 outings themselves. 3-1 to the over in their last 4 at home. I'm going to lean toward Columbus minus 160 in the over 6 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Stars versus the Coyotes, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. Dallas is minus 245 with the total at 5.5 goals. Jake Oettinger for the Stars, Scotty Wedgwood possible for Arizona. And in addition to going just 5-11 in his last 16 starts, Wedgwood and the Coyotes, they're going into Sunday's game in the second of a back-to-back, so fatigue may come into play. Now, Arizona's already allowing nearly 35 shots on goal a game at home. Meanwhile, offensively, these guys score only 2.2 goals a game. They're actually dead last in the league in offensive shots on goal per contest. They're taking on a Dallas club who does a real nice job defensively late in games. As a matter of fact, the Stars are currently in the top 10 in fewest third-period goals allowed. Jake Oettinger's 15-5 with a .235 goals against average and a .921 save percentage. When it comes to offensive production in this one, Robertson, Hintz, and Pavelski all have 21 goals apiece. Now, total-wise, Dallas is 15-8 to the under when traveling. They also saw 6 out of their last 9 contests with Arizona fall under the line. Meanwhile, the Coyotes averaged only 2 goals a game in their last 10 meetings with the Stars. Arizona also saw games recently with Colorado, Buffalo, and Boston fall under the posted total. I'm going to lean toward Dallas, minus 1.5, and the under 5.5 goals in that tight window. All right, next matchup, it is going to be Wild versus the Oilers, 8 p.m. Eastern start time. Minnesota's the $1.15 favorite, totals at 6 goals. Cam Talbot for Minnesota, Mikko Koskinen possible for Edmonton. Now, the Oilers are going to be in the second of a back-to-back here on Sunday. And Mikko Koskinen, if he ends up starting, he's going to come into Sunday's game with a .315 save percentage as well. Now, the Oilers have had some issues on the defensive end of the ice. They're allowing nearly 34 shots on goal a game at Rogers Place. They're taking on a Minnesota team who's in the top 10 in the league in scoring. They're led by Kirill Kaprizov, who's got 23 goals and 61 total points. Meanwhile, Ryan Hartman's a +30 when he's on the ice. Hartman's actually 7th in the league in that plus-minus category. Now, injury-wise, Dumba's still out indefinitely. Bukestad is questionable. Meanwhile, for Edmonton on the other side, Keith, Turris, and Cashian are still out indefinitely for them. When it comes to the total in this one, Edmonton saw 4 out of their last 5 home games fall under the line. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10 games at any location. Meanwhile, Minnesota saw 3 out of their last 5 away from home fall under the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Minnesota minus $1.15. And the under 6 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final contest for the show. It is going to be Vegas versus San Jose. That's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop. The Vegas Golden Knights are minus 155, totals 5.5. Robin Lehner, possible for the Knights. James Reimer for the Sharks. And despite some solid starts out of Reimer this year, the Sharks do tend to give up their fair share of goals at home. As a matter of fact, San Jose is currently in the bottom 10 in home goals allowed. And they've gotten the W in just 11 out of 24 contests at the SAP Center. Now, out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings, the Sharks got the W only once during that stretch. Just 1-9 straight up in their last 10 head-to-head games. Now, they're taking on a Vegas team who's 14-7-1 on the road this season. These guys are very good when traveling. And in those road performances, the Golden Knights are actually in the top 10 in the league in goals allowed per contest away from home. Now, defenseman Nicholas Hague, he's a +10 when he's on the ice. Meanwhile, netminder Robin Lehner, he's 19-13 with a .907 save percentage. Now, when it comes to the injury report in this one, Bischoff and Whitecloud are still out. Patrick is questionable. Meanwhile, for the Sharks, Carlson and Hill are still out for them. Balkers is also questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, San Jose went 6-3 to the under in their last 9 meetings with the Golden Knights. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. And as a matter of fact, the Sharks averaged only 1.7 goals a game offensively during that stretch I just mentioned. Meanwhile, Vegas on the other side, they're currently 5-1 to the under in their last 6 on the road. I'm going to lean toward the Vegas Golden Knights minus 155 and the under 5.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, you're going to want to think about signing up for my board member tier package. Not only are those folks are going to get access to the board member tier pick itself, they're actually going to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website. It's an all-inclusive pass. You get access to every single package that I offer all the way through the end of February. Most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday or Sunday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at Pt.2.